Hello everyone and welcome back to the Anime Villainous Tournament arc of 2025. Today we are finally starting round 2 of the tournament. All round 1 games are done. As we can see, our round 2 participants are Wako, D. Gessner, Codokay, Docmcstuffins, Naomi, Egg, Cole, and Dr. Quantum. Congrats to all of them for making it to round 2. And to start off round 2, we're going to be seeing the bottom left of the bracket over there. It's going to be Codokay versus Docmcstuffins, two of the people who caused an upset this year by taking out Butter and Lark in round 1. So without further ado, let's get into this game. Okay, here we go with the first round 2 game of Tournament Arc 2025. It's Codokay versus Doc. Thiefette in pink at the top right there is Codokay, has a different Steam name. They should be rolling the dice any minute now. I am quite excited for this game. I don't think anyone, Doc especially, my good friend, expected to be in this. And it will be Codokay who wins the dice roll. So Codokay gets to ban first. I'm very interested to see how this goes. Probably a well-known fact. Most people watching this are probably part of the Anime Villainous server. If you're not, you should look in the description and join the Anavil server. Hang out with a bunch of cool people, play this game. But, we're actually going to see Codokay ban Diaboromon instead of Ainz on Doc. I wonder what Doc is going to do in response. Doc is going to ban Isabella, but I wonder who he's going to play. Is he going to play Ainz here, or is he going to pick someone different? Doc is a good friend of mine, as is Egg. We hang out and play games a lot, so we actually talked about this game because he wasn't expecting to be in it. Is he going to do what I think he's going to do? He is going to choose to play Ainz against Orochi, so he's not going to do what I thought he was going to do. We actually, because it'll probably happen in, like, the second or third game, we know that Codokay plays a good bit of Orochimaru and also plays Isabella, and Doc said that he didn't want to play against Isabella, so I expect to see him ban Isabella every game. Me, Egg, and Doc got together and played some games before this for Doc to practice at Loxus a little bit, because we thought that Loxus, well, I do think that Loxus is a pretty decent counter into Orochimaru, so I thought that Doc might pick Orochi here, to be honest, or Loxus, especially going second, but it looks like as soon as he saw that Ainz wasn't banned, he couldn't resist the siren call of his main. But I hope to see him play Loxus, because we practice a bit with him playing Loxus and me playing Orochi the other day, so I really want to see him bring it out, and if he can take a game off of Codokay's Orochimaru with Loxus. But for now, we're going to see Ainz versus Orochimaru. I feel like this is a little bit favored to Orochi, but not incredibly so. It's going to depend a bit on, it's definitely not going to help immediately losing the top fate. I'm actually surprised that you'd put Red Drop over Platinum Dragon Lord here. But if Ainz can luck into his items early, cue him playing the staff. Oh, it would have been so funny. It would have been so funny. If Ainz can luck into his items early, body modifications, really, instead of like forbidden experiments or even Manda. An immediate whiff fade on Orochi is really bad. Yeah, this is an awful start off for Doc. And Codokay is going to go to Odo instead of Tanzaku here, which is interesting. Getting both of the 4 strengthers off rip is very unlucky for Doc. It's a horrible start for my boy. And then what is he going to do here? Can he get one of his items? Oh, is he gonna grasp and clash? Okay, yeah, fair enough. Maybe discard a bit if he has cards he doesn't care about. Oh yeah, Shaltir and Renown. Oh, he remembered to clash. I was about to get mad at him. Then Codokay is just bouncing between fates right now. It's basically a dead Slain Theocracy. You'd probably rather throw out Slain Theocracy still than Reastize. Well, this early in the game and with nothing out, I could see throwing out Reastize, but I think it's still Slain Theocracy. Early Sealed Coffin. Yeah, this is a very, very good game for Codokay here. I'm very confused as to why Doc named body mods. Like, Orochi can just avoid body mods if he really wants to. Jiraiya here is really good. I would probably put Jiraiya on Oto here. Don't put him into the Sealed Coffin. Stop Codokay's fate nonsense. Stop that gain 2 there. Codokay might already have the answer in for it with a Tanzaku turn, unfortunately, but Jiraiya will at least cost Codokay a good bit here. Having to pay 2 for 4 Violet. Assume Codokay is Ooh, only one. Probably not going to be Manda. Making sure they do the hand signs properly. Sub and Shedskin. Interesting. And then get rid of Whitesnake. So no answer to Jiraiya immediately, which gives Doc a little bit of time to breathe. Doc really needs to get his items out pretty quick here. He needs staff pretty urgently. I can't believe he fell for the Siren Call of immediately playing Ainz. I really wanted to see him try and do the Loxus play turn 1. He has gotten staff and he's gotten R out, so that's good. It was definitely a rough start for Doc, but getting Jiraiya there and Codokay not immediately having an answer in the form of, like, Manda or whatnot is very good. Also getting Frost Dragons at a really nice time, at a time where it will trigger no power. I think Doc's biggest misplay here is I don't know why he named body mods instead of Coffin, or Manda, or Kimi, or, like, literally any ally other than Tayuya probably would have been a better name. Or, Forbidden Experiments, because I think Codokay has just given up both body mods already. The upside to Codokay not triggering them, because they're both body mods, is Codokay eventually either has to give Doc 4 power, or Doc will get 2 renown out of it. Now, this is a rough turn for Doc, because he really doesn't want to go to Baharuth Empire here. But honestly, I probably would still to try and cover Tanzaku. Covering Tanzaku right now is very strong, especially if he pulls Tsunade. Tsunade, Lee, Gaara would be pretty good for it. Sarutobi would be great. But also being at 0 power with Ainz, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. He's gonna Grasp Heart, actually. Is he going to kill... I don't think he's supposed to have all these cards in his hand right now. I think he's supposed to be at 3 cards in hand right now. I think he forgot about it. No, Adventuring Parties were just playing on him. He should have all these cards. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I think he's debating if he wants to clear Baharuth, Reastize, or kill Jerknev. He's going to monologue here, which is very interesting. I think I probably still would have gone to Baharuth this turn, because covering Tanzaku is so strong against Orochi this turn. It is so very strong against Orochi this turn, and then you can go to Nazarick the following turn and do a Grasp Heart on whatever happens to be out at the time. But going ahead and getting power, very important. And then he's got it. Frost Dragons are gone, so he can do a he can Grasp open Reastize actually next turn if he really wants to. Reastize, however you say it. Am I recording? I am recording, thank goodness. Yeah, giving... Codokay has to go and gain power this turn, so letting Codokay still play a card here, I think, is a bit unfortunate. Now, this is quite annoying. I don't know why you would move Keto over. Very strange Keto move. Oh, to set up, Killing Intent, maybe? So he's going to go over here so he can get a double fate now. Gaara would be fantastic here. Sakura also wouldn't be too bad. That is going to trigger... Oh, he did the move to trigger sub on Keto? Is that why Codokay did that? Oh, that's why he didn't Grasp a minute ago. He didn't want to trigger the sub. I wasn't even paying attention to the sub being there. Very, very clever by Doc. Still, his best card was, whatchamacallit, huh? Was Inner Monologue. Inner Monologue isn't that bad of a card. They're going to see a fate. He does get Gaara and Sarutobi here. Yeah, so... No, I would put Gaara at Oto and Jiraiya at Forest, and then probably Keto all the way over to Konoha. Well, no, this is still pretty good. The thing is this lets Codokay kill Gaara with Kitamaru and then weaken Jiraiya for a clash, which I don't love, but it's not the worst ever. Interesting that Codokay is going to Tanzaku here instead of Konoha. I would have gone to Konoha, gotten the Gaara kill, weakened Jiraiya, and then 4 violeted Jiraiya down to 2. You risk a recovery mission coming out. I'm going to get Kimi out, which is pretty good, and then Killing Intent on Jiraiya. Yeah, that's pretty strong. And then a Forbidden. Man, I wish that Doc had named anything other than body mods. If he had named Kimi or Forbidden, he'd have so much power. He could easily justify going to Baharuth and doing a lot of stuff I think that he overestimated how much body mods is played, because if Orochi doesn't want to play body mods, he can just not. So what is Doc going to do here? I mean, it is definitely a... you definitely want to try and stop this kill somehow. Kakashi is great here. I would probably... Yeah, I think Odo is the play. I think that is the play. Codokay is going to go here and kill probably Jiraiya, but maybe Kakashi. Well, I'd probably kill Kakashi here, actually, so you don't lose the... You don't have to worry about the 2 power with him. Oh, Clash. Wait a minute. Yeah, do this. This is even better. And then Clash Kakashi or Jiraiya. Gonna Clash Jiraiya. And get a fade off. That'll be Oregon. Good to not get hit with another another hero here. But that is going to be the death of Jiraiya. What are we going to see here, Doc? Did you draw into... Hasn't drawn into Greater Teleport yet, which is really slowing him down. He really needs to get his hands on it. Cash Shop? Cash Shop. Setting up to get it next time. Only being at 3 cards in hand right now is really rough. Codokay's hand sucks. Just wants to get rid of it and put some more fate pressure. Yeah, just blue roses on Riestais is fine here. Well, Doc has power to go to Baharuth and maybe try and mess up. We're going to see a Death Knight into Sebas. Into Mare. Okay. Oh. Thinking, oh, I'm going to play Momon instead and then just clash the adventuring parties. Really wants to get the power back. Tsunade's pretty great here. I honestly might have still put her at Odo. I think I still would have put her at Odo to just stop the gain to activate, because now Kimi, yeah, I think this is a bad play, because now Kimi is going to get to kill Kakashi, go to Tsunade, and then 4 Violet. Yeah, really needed to, hard to realize what the fate is there. Not putting Kimi at, okay, I was about to say, surely you should not be at 3 power, you should be at 2 power. Now you should be at 1, or no, you get back from the sealed coffin. Killed Kakashi, which should have lost a power. Codokay should be a 1 power lower. Another whiff there is very good for Doc. That worked out for him surprisingly well. This is probably the turn that he goes to Nazarick and gets his teleport. He really wants to start building up power, and then once Orochi, now that Orochi's territory is getting clean, once Orochi throws out Sasuke, he's probably going to want to try and set up the Riestais Baharuth shuffle, where he can go back and forth on fading at Baharuth a couple of turns with the move action. If that one power can end up mattering a lot for Orochi. Unless I missed something there, but I'm pretty sure that Codokay should have gone down to 0 there. Oh, and Doc is actually going to be going for the Baharuth stuff. Oh, okay. Getting some allies out. Covering the top fate. Not great with blue roses being there. And Codokay can't get rid of Tsunade, it looks like, and is just going to have to let Doc do it. Yep, Codokay would not have been able to take this turn if she had lost that power like she was supposed to have. And now she gets to clash Tsunade. Oh, maybe I missed something and it was a legal play, but I'm pretty sure that Codokay shouldn't have had the ability to do that turn. Which it's very, very unfortunate if that's the case, because, man, that's a really strong turn for Orochi. That's like, that could be a huge game changer, kind of that good. You know that Manda is in hand. You can actually figure out the hand, and it has to be Manda, unless Manda was discarded earlier for some insane reason. I would absolutely play Dead Demon here. Kodo's going to take an Odo turn and play out Sasuke, but, like, it is what it is. I would absolutely Dead Demon away Manda. Could get Manda immediately on the reshuffle, but, I mean, if you get that, you get that. What are you going to do? You know? Now, is he going to immediately warp back to He's just not going to use Great Teleport. Doc! Doc! No! Oh, Doc, you can't be pressing buttons that fast, bro. What is this? It's not the challenge. I think it's a hero. Is it a hero? I don't know what this last card is. I don't remember. Not multi-worth. Is it the ally discarder? It was an unexpected defeat, yeah. I mean, you probably unexpected defeat Mare here. Or actually Pandora's Actor, because you know Aura is in the discard. I'd probably kill Pandora's Actor. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, there's Doc realizing that he's at Greater Teleportation's location. Cannot believe this guy. Codokay almost forgot to play Sasuke, which would have been wild. That teleport could legitimately... that teleport and the fact that I'm pretty sure Codokay got an illegal 1 power that made a huge turn to Clash Tsunade could legitimately decide this game, which is very unfortunate. That was a minor thing that actually had a huge impact. Moving to Baharuth, huh? Oh, wow, just a bunch of strategies that he doesn't want to play. The game's not over yet if Doc remembers to use Greater Teleport and can get some tempo going against Codokay here, but with the reshuffle here already, it's not looking super hot. Be a lot better if he had been able to go to Baharuth this turn or gained 3 so he had a little more power. Yeah, and then Codokay is just not playing body mods. Slain Theocracy is great here. Probably Slain Theocracy to Erantel and then Mind Control Mare. I guess there's a weird play where you could Mind Control the Death Knight at the top fate actually to just really lock that down. I don't think that'd be the worst, but Mare is probably the safest play. That Greater Teleport whiff is actually huge. That is a major, major loss. Ah, Cocoitus. Major loss for Doc. Is going to be recovery straight to Oto, so that Codokay has to go to Konoha to fix this. Remembering to use Greater Teleport is deciding to do power gain with it. Doc is severely on the back foot as a result of this, but it is not, it really isn't, like, over for him. He can bring this back for sure. I think this last fate might be Naruto. Which, Naruto is not bad with Sasuke out. Throw him at Forest of Death, force a Kimi kill to move him, or put him at Odo, and just... The thing is even if you put Naruto into, like, Death at Odo or whatnot, it's still worthwhile, because it's a turn that Codokay doesn't get to gain 2 power and use 4 Violet, which is always helpful. So it's pretty much always very strong to cover Oto against Orochi. Gonna go to Tanzaku. Might have a Forbidden Experiments to get Sasuke back in place. Oh, gonna do a Sakon Ukon flip. Oh, a huge... Oh, my goodness. Wow, that is insane. What a lucky Orochi hand. That is a wildly lucky Orochi hand. Holy cow, that's disgusting. Well, I don't want to say it's over, but it's not looking too hot. But if anyone could do some nonsense to get out of this somehow at the last second, it would be Ainz. Looks like Doc is trying to set up for whatever it is I'm thinking of. Whatever, this is Naruto, I believe, unless I missed Naruto earlier. He's trying to set up for the plan that needs an ally at each location, because he knows he's going to have to hit like as many as he can. Oh, it was decomposing, actually. And decomposing to Kakashi. Probably throw Kakashi down. Honestly, maybe at Konoha here. Because you know that Codokay is going to be looking to go to Konoha to do the Sakon and Ukon flip. Potentially. Doc thinking very hard about this. I would probably cover Konoha here, as weird as it is. I don't think Doc is going to work that out. There's nowhere else good to... I mean, you can put him at Forest of Death just to stop the top 8, but then Codokay goes to here, kills with Kimi, and... oh, choosing to decompose? I don't agree with that. Not doing a Kimi kill this turn anyway. Decompose doesn't really matter. I doubt that Codokay's hand is that good that she's going to care about this. And then back over to Codokay. Interesting to go to Forest of Death here. Oh, Forbidden Experiments to do the flip. Fair enough. Honestly, in this board state, with how far ahead Codokay is, I probably still would have gone to Konoha here and tried to use Forbidden Experiments to trigger. Yeah, because only played Forbidden. Oh, right, because that was the only card they had. Whoops, I forgot that the Decompose just happened. I probably still would have gone here and activated and then played Forbidden Experiments just to get Sasuke down another one. Gonna play Albedo and then Greater Teleport into playing a Cash Shop. Yeah, Doc's only hope here, he has Demiurge in hand, his only hope here is to get Aura and Demiurge in play and then just luck into an obscene amount of plans. But I don't think it's going to be able to catch up with how well this game has gone for Codokay. This has been a pretty strong Orochi game, that early game, and that Summon Rashomon turn was just, that was disgusting luck. Like, that is the kind of Orochi turn that you, like, dream of seeing that almost never actually happens. And that turn wouldn't have been as good as it was and set up all this Jirobo nonsense. And Tsunade wouldn't be dead if it hadn't been for that one power. I hope I'm wrong in that one power, like, that Kodokay's power was right that turn. I don't think I am, but I hope that I am. I hope that I'm wrong on it, because I do think that... I don't think it, like, means that Doc lost a game that he should have won or anything, but that was a huge turn, and it led into that insane Sasuke turn as well. Using Momon to get rid of Riestais here again to try and open up the Fate so we can hopefully do some Greater Teleport nonsense. Going to be quite hard to do, though, with how things are going for Codokay. I think we're going to see, either through Cash Shop or just by having drawn it, that Doc will probably go to Riestais next turn and blow up Blue Roses with Grasp Heart. Keep Fate Pressure, do a Greater Teleport probably to Nazarick to gain power. And set up trying to hopefully luck into a Demiurge or a pull of a lot of power. These poor body mods, man. Yeah, move Sealed Coffin back to Sasuke. May as well if you have the move action. Honestly, in this board state, I would have left Sealed Coffin there and moved to Yuya and to Tanzaku so that you have all of your locations covered. Not a huge deal, but we are going to see Doc do exactly what I said, using Cash Shop to get Grasp Heart and then kill Blue Roses. Getting to discard a bunch. That last card he's holding is Demiurge, undoubtedly. We're going to see another Fate. True, it's rough, but you recovery Sasuke onto Odo here. It's very unfortunate not to play Jiraiya, but you have to get a little more time with Sasuke, and you want him away from a play a card for the thing. And we will see Doc go and just gain 3 power. He knows that he's going to need those big power turns. This is very funny. I think that this is a Monda-less game. I don't think we've seen Monda played, I've just realized, which is very funny. I don't know what Kodokay's hand is like. I would probably look at potentially going to Konoha and just giving up Jirobo. And then playing 3, giving up Jirobo to Tsunade with the move Vanquish, and then playing 3 cards and activating to get Sasuke to -7 or -8 even. Going to keep Kiyomi and do the Tsunade kill. Not bad. Not bad at all. I would definitely move... gonna activate Overture. Interesting. I would definitely move Sakon and Ukon or something. Move Jirobo into it. Okay, that's fine. Had a Killing Intent in hand. I don't know. I didn't see what the hand sign was for the Killing Intent. But, if the hand signs worked for it, I would have gone for giving up Jirobo, and hand signs must have worked with it for something like this. Codokay end up having... Was that... No, that was 2 card plays, I think. I probably would have looked at giving up Jirobo and getting Sasuke, like, down to 8 immediately. Or down to 7 or whatever, with doing the 4 Violet activate and getting Sword out and triggering Curse Seal. Like, really threatened game. But this turn is also still really good. Keeps the territory more covered, although Sasuke has more work to be done on him. I think Doc is debating if he wants to go to his bottom Fate where he can gain a little bit of power and throw Demiurge there. He really wants to have allies at the far right so that he can get Royal Procession, the plan that gives you 2 power for having 5 allies. We are going to see him discard Pandora's Actor here, or play Pandora's Actor. He might discard Pandora's Actor. That would trigger Reincar, which wouldn't be the end of the world. That's another reason I would have done the Drobo thing, is that Codokay had Reincar ready to go, and Orochi can trigger Reincar on Ainz with the card. Interesting moving Greater Teleport when he probably wants to go to Nazarick next turn. We're going to see Sarutobi here. You probably just plop Sarutobi on top of Odo. Yeah. Put him on top of Odo, force Codokay to risk giving up Kabuto and Sakana Nukan to uncover it if she decides it's worth it. I don't think it'll be worth it. Really wants to try and get Manda or a little bit of strength weakness to at least only trade Kabuto, but also wants to keep Kabuto around because it's almost time to force Whitesnake into hand, and that will be the end of Doc's turn. Codokay is going to go over to Forest of Death. What are we going to see here? We're going to see a Forbidden Experiment to swap Drobo into Yuya just to get Sasuke back into position. Open back up Tanzaku. Then we're going to see a Subjutsu. Very likely to trigger against Ainz because of how Grasp Heart works. Poison Kunai, so now Kabuto can get the kill and weaken Sasuke in the same process. And Sasuke will lose 1 to that Curse Seal. Then we'll get a Fate. Ooh, red drop. I would just red drop the Pleiades. Take away that top Fate. You're a near done Orochi. You just want the, whatchamacallit, that's going to trigger Reincar. Should have done the Reincar first. Should have done the Fate first. Could have played Kitamaro or Manda this turn. Has Manda been removed from Kodokay's deck? I'm very interested in why Doc... Does he have a kill? He must be able to kill Slain Theocracy here. Oh, is he going to give up Pandora's Actor for Cocoidus here and then get the kill with just the Death Knight? I respect that. I think that's definitely a fine play. Yeah, then Death Knight gets the kill on Slain, which opens up the other player card in the gain 2. That will trigger the sub immediately. Not really, honestly, not really a sub that you want to do here. I would honestly just let the sub go. That's fine, yeah. If you're going to do anything, just putting Jirobo there instead is fine. I don't think it makes much of a difference. I just heard my phone go off. I'm sorry if my mic picked that up. Forgot to turn off notifications and all. We're going to see Doc hard play Aura there again because he wants to make sure that if he pulls Political Intrigue... Oh, he set up Political Intrigue earlier with that inner monologue 7 years ago, so that's why he was so adamant about setting it up. He knew it would immediately trigger. So this is really good for him because now he can open up his top fate, actually, by spending that 1 Renown. And he's going to go gain more power because what he really needs to do... I don't know if there's an unexpected defeat in here to kill Demiurge. If there's not, then we could see something crazy here. Doc could really pull this back if he just gets very lucky with plans. Unfortunately, Codokay being able to open this, it's very unlikely that he's able to bring this back. If Codokay has Whitesnake in hand, there's basically no hope. If Codokay doesn't have Whitesnake in hand and just gave up Kabuto, then there is a small chance. Oh, Frost Dragons being the last one there is awful for Doc. Very unlucky. Yeah, take away the gain 1 in the move there, I think, is probably the right play. Well, Doc has to go Fate. Question is if he plays a card or if he just triggers Demiurge. I think the way he played... Oh, he's going to do the Super Tier. Yeah, Super Tier and open that. Thinking twice about it. In the end, he is going to go to Baharuth. Looks like it. What card do you have to play? Do you have a Grasp Heart? He's going to Momon Clash the Dragons. Fair enough. Oh, wow, that's game. If Codokay has Snake. Very unlucky double Shuriken pull. I don't think there are many fates that could have stopped Codokay from winning this turn anyway. If not winning this turn, then killing Sasuke and winning the following turn. It was a very It was a very losing... Because if Codokay didn't move here and win this turn, Codokay would have gone to the top fate, faded, more than likely pulled a hero, double covered the top fate, and then sorted into it. It's possible that Doc could have pulled a hero and put the hero at Forest of Death to stop it, but then Codokay would have gone here, snaked... I guess Gara might have made a difference. Gara is the only one who really could have made a difference here, but... That fate was very unfortunate for Doc, but I don't think Doc would have been winning in his next turn with so little power and so little renown. And Codokay at this point with this board state, and I think just saw had Manda in hand, there was no stopping that, really. I don't know if it would have changed everything. It would have made a very different game if that one extra power that Codokay had that let her do the Tsunade Jirobo kill turn made a difference. It's totally possible. I gotta go back and look at that footage. Let me know in the comments if I was right on that or not. But that turn set up a lot of great stuff for Codokay and made a huge difference. And then there was also Doc forgetting to use Greater Teleport. That was a treat. So we're going to see Doc is now the starting player and is going to continue to ban Isabella, which I respect. I don't like playing against Isabella either. Especially not with Doc's picks of like Diaboromon and other villain Ainz. Codokay putting in a lot of thought to the ban this time, which is interesting. She is going to get counterpicked this time, so that's fair to take a little more time to think here. She might be deciding to pick a villain that she doesn't mind going against, like, Diaboromon against. So she might not care to ban Diaboromon this time around. I think probably what's happening right now is that Codokay is not only looking at what she's going to ban, but she's also deciding what villain she is going to play. Because what villain she is going to let Doc counterpick her with is going to determine what she wants to ban to an extent. And we will see the Diaboromon ban. In the end, Codokay is just going to go for another Diaboromon ban. And Codokay will be playing as Orochimaru again. So, Doc, will we see the Loxus? Here we go. All right. I am so ready to critique Doc's Loxus play here. I am so excited for this. All right, Doc, what have we got? I better see some stellar Loxus gameplay from you here. I'm going to make Loxus his picture in the thumbnail. Watch me forget that I said that. I believe in you, Doc. I want to see a game 3. He's going to whiff both of the first 2 fates on Orochi, and everything is going to be irrelevant. He's going to get 2 whiffed fates, and Orochi is going to get Natsu into, like, Mystigan into, like, Happy, like the worst fate imaginable. Codokay is going to go for a reshuffle here. Going to take the mulligan. And then we're off. Doc is going to go straight to Guildhall. Turn 1 Thought Projection is very nice for Doc. There are like 5 important cards that Loxus needs to get in play ASAP. It's Thought Projection, Dark Ecriture, Evergreen, Bixlow, and Freed. All 3 of the allies, and then 1 Dark Ecriture at Outskirts and Thought Projection is basically what all Loxus players know they need. Alright, not a dead fate. Sakura is not great, but throwing Sakura down at Forest of Death is not bad. It means Orochi will probably just go take the Forest of Death turn to punch her. Indeed, that is what we will see. Getting out Sword is pretty good for Codokay. Getting that turn 1 Sword to just hold on for later and getting Sakura out of the way, not a bad turn 1. Now, Doc, he is going to go to Magnolia Streets here. He's not going to worry about uncovering or about going for another fate at the moment. Codokay will probably take the turn to go to Odo to gain 2 and get some fate pressure. He did get Ecriture out the gate, which is good. And he's going to throw out Gloating. Very likely that Codokay plays a hero, which means Gloating will let Doc get just that much further into his deck, which is very nice. Codokay will go gain that 2 and then shuffle in fate. Juvia Counter Magic. It's a hero, which Codokay likes to see. It's not Natsu, which Doc likes to see. Even more so that it's not a 4-strengther. And it looks like he has a Lightning Dragon. You gotta resolve Gloating first. Gotta resolve Gloating first. He draws 2 and then discards 2, which is very good for him. We know that he has a Lightning Dragon Roar, and he should have 1 power right now, so he's gonna go open up Guildhall. He doesn't need that extra Dark Ecriture. So yeah, he is actually at 1 power. Gloating should be in the discard. He's going to go to Guildhall and then Lightning Dragon Juvia away and keep up Fate Pressure. So very good for him that it was a hero with 3 or less strength that Codokay managed to pull there. Ooh, Jiraiya is very good here. Honestly, I might cover Tanzaku here, but Forest of Death is also very good. Covering Odo, also not bad, but I think Tanzaku or Forest would have been stronger just to stop Codokay from getting another Fate on Doc this coming turn. I don't hate it, but, and Odo isn't bad necessarily, but I think Tanzaku to stop the power gain to deal with Jiraiya or Forest of Death to stop the Fate discard probably would have served Doc better here, especially because with 1 power, he could totally afford to go to Outskirts to follow up with another Fate if he really wanted to. There's Natsu. That's a very good pull for Codokay because that is going to be annoying for Doc to deal with. He's basically, he needs Evergreen and then like Dragon Force, or he needs a Stone Gaze on Natsu. He's probably going to be hoping for a Stone Gaze this early in his deck. I don't remember if we saw him discard a Stone Gaze yet or not. But a Stone Gaze on Natsu into playing Evergreen is how he's going to want to deal with that issue. Codokay is going to discard a lot. Yeah, I think Jiraiya to Forest of Death would have been a stronger play. We could also see Doc just go to Magnolia if he has a lot of 2 costs to play, like one of his forms and other such things. Could play Lightning Body to try and move into Guildhall next turn anyway. He's going to do something to cost 2. He did get Evergreen, no Stone Gaze ahead of time, though, which is unfortunate, but weakening Natsu down for a Dragon Force, Thunder Dragon, whatever. This is a Decompose. Recovery mission does nothing. Jiraiya is where you want him to be now, especially if you're decomposing out Codokay's turn. She won't have a good Tanzaku turn to take. The clock should be frozen here. Yeah, okay, cool. D. Gessner heard me. If it's Codokay choosing what to discard, that shouldn't be using Doc's time. Quite unfortunate for Doc that Natsu was in those first 2 Fates. It would have done him really, even if it had been a 4-strengther instead, Evergreen into a 4-strengther is a lot easier to deal with. Would have been really nice for him if he had had just another turn or 2 being able to easily go to Guildhall. But now with Evergreen getting Natsu down 1, he can get a very easy Stone Gaze, put Natsu at 0, and then free kill on him, potentially. We are going to see Codokay go over to Tanzaku, and then just spin 2 to put a Curse Seal on Jiraiya. Doc is going to go to Magnolia. Throw down a Soul Doll. Not bad at all. And then play Freed. So Natsu is now in range of dying. He's going to do this first. Gajeel is very unfortunate to pull with Natsu, but Natsu is set up to die and trigger the Soul Doll and whatnot, so that's not too bad. Unfortunately, Codokay is almost certainly going to Fate here and get some more pressure. Get the Sealed Coffin to Forest of Death, and then not drawing into allies, which is causing a bit of trouble for Codokay right now. Levy, and we are Fairy Tail. You probably cover Cardia here, to be honest, with Levy. Definitely don't put her at Outskirts. Putting her at Magnolia isn't bad. Covering the double play, mainly to gain 3 when Doc is so low on power. I think the covering Cardia would have been stronger. I wonder if Doc goes to Cardia here to get rid of Natsu and then, like, replay Evergreen. Indeed, he does. If he has a Stone Gaze, he can also get a Stone Gaze kill here because the Soul Doll is going to give him the 1 power he needs for the the Stone Gaze. He is going to get rid of Natsu. He can't afford to leave Natsu on that top Fate for now. And then he really wants to see a Stone Gaze here so he can Stone Gaze Levy. Three Stone Gazes. All three of them must be left in there. That's very unlucky for him. He is, regardless, going to go ahead and get out, get back out Evergreen. Could weaken Gajeel to 2 here? Oh, thinking twice. Could weaken Gajeel with the Evergreen play to maybe do a Lightning Body clash on Gajeel. Can also, Levy being here can be decent for Doc, actually. Although I don't remember if I taught him about how Lightning Body lets you clash. But he could go here, gain 3, play Lightning Body, clash Levy, and then move to Guildhall next turn if Mystigan isn't pulled and played there. He does have the Stone Gaze, and he is going to Stone Gaze first. I think it's a mistake not to do Levy here, though, because you're going to cover this with Dark Ecriture anyway. Yeah. Bit of a misplay by Doc, I think. I think it would have been much stronger for him to get Levy off of his double play. Although, if he has Lightning Body and he realizes he can go do the Lightning Body clash, then honestly, that's not too bad. Codokay is not going to take a turn just to Fate at Odo here because she knows that she needs to get rid of Jiraiya and get some progress here. Good for Doc. He'll be able to go to Guildhall for free. We will see Kodo play out enough cards to give Jiraiya the -1 here, so Sakon and Ukon will be able to kill him. Doc is really hoping to pull Gara on the Fate then. Gara would be quite good. Gara or just any hero really to cover stuff. Or Shuriken actually wouldn't be too bad on Sakon and Ukon. Back over to Doc. He is going to go to Guildhall here. Why wouldn't he? And then what is he going to play? Does he have anything he can play with his 1 power? Maybe drew another Stone Gaze, throw on the... Oh, yeah, the Lightning Body. He wants to Fate here regardless, but... Oh, I would have held the Lightning Body to do the Levy Punch. I don't think I taught him how that works. I should have. Sarutobi is a good pull here. You can put him at Forest or Oto. I think I probably would have put him... him being at Forest is fine. The problem is that Manda is, like, coming up. Oh, and we're actually going to see the Manda kill immediately? Interesting. I'm surprised that Codokay would do this. Oh, to set up the Clash on Jiraiya, I guess? Paying a lot of tax to get the kill there. Yeah, and there's Happy. Happy I would put on Levy for sure. To put Levy up to 3. Makes her slightly more annoying. Oh, and then doing the sword turn. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. If you're going to use sword and lose it here. I probably still would have done the Sakon and Ukon kill, gained 2 and all, and then gone for the cheaper Manda kill and kept sword around, personally. But I understand wanting to keep Sakon and Ukon. We're seeing Doc take his gloating turn here, which is going to trigger Shed Skin and give Codokay another card. Would be a pretty good time to get Decompose or Dead Demon. I don't think we've seen... No, I think we saw... Did we see Decompose earlier? We might have seen both. I'm not sure. Doc thinking very hard about what card he wants to keep here. I think we could potentially see him... If he drew Lightning Dragon Roar, we could see him go to Outskirts and maybe go ahead and Lightning Dragon Roar Levy. Happy wouldn't swing back around for quite a while. Just to get her off of the double play. Gonna Stone Gaze Levy, that's also fair. Probably planning on playing Bixlow soon. Gar and Sasuke, so that's just gonna be Gar to cover Forest of Death. You can maybe move Sakon and Ukon, but if you move them anywhere, then they can go straight into Konoha to kill Gara, which wouldn't be awful for Codokay, so I respect just leaving them there. Doc is going to get another guaranteed turn at Guildhall if he wants to take it. I could also see him going to Magnolia to play Bixlow to get rid of Levy and get some momentum, because that's what he really needs is some momentum. Codokay has managed to crawl out of the early fates that Doc hit her with, and is in quite a good position with all... Oh, yeah, very set up here. So, what Doc really wants to do is clean up his territory so that he can try to, he can try and do some major fate pressure when... Whatchamacallit happens. When Sasuke comes out. Because that's what he really needs, is to have a lot of... He needs to have Guildhall open and be fine with going to Outskirts once the, whatchamacallit happens. We're going to see a Thunder Legion to put Freed at Urza. Very good. And then use his ability and pull out Mira Jane, and then blow up Levy. Get her out of there to get that double play back, because he knows he's going to be needing it. And then he can discard a bit if he wants to, and go for the Fate. He's trying to figure out what his last 5 cards are. He's going to discard Dragon Force. Go for the Fate and get... Dead Demon is not bad here. Codokay probably has some pretty good cards in hand. Could also put the -2 on Kido to make Codokay, if she wants to get rid of Gara, give up to Yuya and Kidomaru. Is this enough? This isn't enough to play Sasuke, actually. This is 8. Is just going to go ahead and do the kill to get rid of Gara with Kidomaru. And isn't getting rid of Dead Demon. Interesting. Must have a very good hand. Lucy and Loki are pretty good here. I should move up 1 more. That would make a huge difference. Just covering up Guildhall again. We're going to see Doc go to his gain 3. We're going to see Bixlow come out. Dragon Force. Dragon Force into Roar on Lucy and Loki, maybe? I think he might be out of Roars. No, he should still have one. Didn't he only play one? Can't recall. It is going to be the Roar. Surely going to blow up Lucy and Loki here. Indeed. Bring that back down to 5. Open back up Guildhall. Really pressures Codokay to want to cover it again so that he can't go there and Fate and discard. But also, at the same time, it also forces Codokay to play the hero to Guildhall, which is going to be missed again here. Forces Codokay to have to cover that instead of covering something more worthwhile like Cardia. We're going to see Doc take this opportunity to go over to Outskirts. Does he have... what's his face? Bixlow? He does indeed have Bixlow. That's going to let him get a Soul Doll over here at Freed and trigger Freed again. Oh, he's actually going to put it at Mystigan. Interesting. Is he going to do the double kill with them to get... oh, he's going to weaken Mystigan with Evergreen and then blow him up. Pulling Fairy Law there is really good. Lucy and Loki, so that resolve has to go up by 1, but it's still a net gain of 1 for Doc in the long run, assuming Happy doesn't get pulled. Yeah, honestly, probably, you don't want to lose Evergreen. Probably do the Bixlow kill here. If you're going to put the Soul Doll there, you need to be killing Mystigan. Open back up that top Fate, force Codokay to try and cover it, if Codokay wants to do that. Gain the power. Card draw doesn't really matter here. I think Doc is debating. He's probably a little worried about losing Bixlow in the reshuffle. But it wouldn't be the end of the world. You got to use the Soul Doll, Doc. You need the power. Not using the Soul Doll there. Why? Why? Doc, not like this. Codokay is still not getting rid of Dead Demon? Oh, Doc is realizing that he was supposed to. Still would have drawn the same one, but I don't think they're going to allow it because he should have done it during his turn. He would have drawn the same card anyway. Silly Doc. Why is Codokay not getting rid of Dead Demon? What reasoning could there possibly be? Well, Doc is going to go over to Magnolia and gain 3. He's got to deal with Natsu again, unfortunately. 3 4-strengthers here is hilarious. Gonna put a Stone Gaze on Natsu. Want to get him out of there. Getting rid of an Ecriture. Honestly, could have used that Ecriture this turn to kill Lucy and Loki, and then gotten... oh, he's gonna Thunder Legion. Probably hoping to pull Happy with the Freed, and this will blow up Natsu. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Just can use the Soul Doll now, which is good. The Soul Doll will be in the reshuffle with all the others. Make sure you get that one in there. Gain 1 power, draw 1, which is very good, and he's at his discard, so drawing 1 is nice. I think he discarded before the draw, which is silly. Didn't pull Happy, which is unfortunate, but does get Godjiel out and at Outskirts, so there are just a bajillion people there now. This is 1, 2, 3, 5. He needs 2 more plays on his own, but we're probably going to see Happy come out, so he's probably going to need 3 more. Is Codokay really holding Dead Demon that long just to play Jirobo? Or maybe just forgot to do the thing? Honestly, I probably would have We Are Fairy Tailed like Urza over to Guildhall. But playing Levy is also good. Force Doc to Dragon Roar or not be able to do anything. Levy is out, so Dark Ecriture is off. Interested if we'll see Doc use Dragon Force to clash here, because he does want to start cleaning out these heroes. He doesn't like his Fate deck being this narrow. Gonna throw a Stone Gaze onto Levy. They're gonna get a Fate. Kakashi is pretty good here. You probably... well, actually, yeah, you probably put Lee at Odo. Well, actually, I would have put Kakashi at Odo because Codokay has Dead Demon, and thus giving up cards for Kimi would be awful. But Lee at Odo is also very good. The main thing is covering Odo here because it stops the Sasuke play if Codokay wants to go to Odo to play Sasuke. Not going to clash with Dragon Force, deciding to keep it for now. Counting out how many people he needs. We're finally going to see Codokay get rid of Dead Demon. Definitely not a kill Lee turn. Moving Sealed Coffin in a position and then playing out Sasuke. Very fair. Oh, actually gonna do the 4 Violet on Lee instead of activating out Sasuke. I understand it. I'm not sure I agree with it. Really want to get Sasuke out here. Although Loxus is in a pretty good position to open up his top fate and do some bouncing, so could be rough. I think probably what Doc needs to do here is finally do this Freed kill. And then replay Freed by moving Thought Projection. No, gonna pay 2 power. For what? Bixlow? You draw back into Bixlow? Drew back into Bixlow. So it's gonna trigger the Stone Gaze and get rid of... honestly, you shouldn't trigger the Stone Gaze. You should weaken one of those 4s down to a 3. Or even Gajeel, so if Natsu comes out, he's a 4 instead of a 5. And then you could just take the free Vanquish. Could, honestly, with how this is set, though, you could just do the Freed kill. It would kill Juvia here, though, unfortunately, which is a little less than ideal. He's actually going to move Thought Projection just to get it in a better position for when he uses it later, which I respect. Codokay is going to go over here, get Sword back out. Probably going to use Sword to kill Lee this turn, and then just set up a Kunai on Kimi to make him more powerful. And then that is guaranteed Happy, which goes on Juvia, because Juvia is guaranteed to die. Yeah, just putting it on Juvia. It means that the Happy holder has to be killed. And then we'll see the Lee kill. Still hasn't gotten Sasuke out, and Loxus has a very open territory, despite how many heroes are here, which is very funny. What are we going to see him do here? Oh, thinking twice about his turn. Is he actually going to go to Magnolia here? Oh, he's going to trigger the Ekriture to get rid of Juvia plus Happy. Probably has another Ekriture in hand to play. Indeed he does. Very fair play. Then just discard a bunch of stuff he doesn't want and go for a Fate. He wants to draw back into his Lightning Dragon Roars. He's got Dragon Force set up, so he can really start, like, blowing up a lot of kills here, especially, like, using Freed into a Vanquish and whatnot. I don't know what this Fate is. Have we seen Naruto? It might be Naruto. You're probably full Fate here no matter what it is. Oh, it's Tsunade, actually. Multi-Fate isn't bad. The problem with doing this is to activate Kimi, like Sakana Nukon into Kimi to kill Tsunade, but it's also not bad because there's nowhere really to put her that's safe without covering Konoha, and you don't really want to cover Konoha here. Stopping getting Fated this turn is perfectly fine. We are going to see the activate to put Kimi there. Is Codokay going to immediately kill Tsunade? Is immediately going to kill Tsunade. Really taking her time and getting Sasuke out here, which could come back to bite her. Not getting, like, that Poison Kunai killed, getting a -1 on Sasuke, not getting, D-Gessner, making sure the hand signs all matched up. Really, going really slow on getting Sasuke out, which could come back to bite her with how well Doc is able to Fate in this position. Now, if I were Doc, I would be going for some KOs here. He could go to Outskirts and just do a normal clash. He could go to Magnolia, maybe Roar, and then have some power built up. Maybe throw out a... potentially get a... whatchamacallit? If he has a Soul Doll, he actually has a great turn. He can go to Cardia, play the Soul Doll, kill with Freed. It'll get him to 3 power. He can move Freed. He can play Thought Projection to get Freed back into Outskirts. That would actually go crazy. I would love to see that. But he would have to have a Soul Doll to play here. He's taking a lot of time to think about what's going to be the best play for him here. He could use the Dark Ekriture to kill Gajeel. He still needs more hero plays to get enough resolve, though, so he doesn't want to get rid of his Ekriture. He is going to end up going to Magnolia, it looks like. Pretty low on power, so unsurprising. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 5? Yeah, he needs to play 2 more. Thinking hard about maybe taking a strong Cardia turn. Really depends on what his hand was. If we see him play Soul Doll here, I'm going to be a little sad. Debating going to Outskirts just to keep Fate pressure instead. I wouldn't hate that. He's going to play a Battle Invite. He knows he's got to get 2 more people in play. It's a shame the Battle Invite doesn't discard because it would do a lot of good for him right now. No reason not to throw out Juvia in this stack setup. Shuffle all the others in. It's very likely that Codokay pulls a Happy or a Natsu, so he's probably still going to need 2 more plays. We're going to see a Stone Gaze. Put that on Mira Jane. Good pick. And then not discarding his hand, which is interesting. I wonder what he's got in there. Codokay is going to go over to Odo and finally get Sasuke out. Yeah, this is why I think it could have still been worth Doc's time to just go to Outskirts, especially if he happened to... He had Battle Invite to play. I probably would have gone to Outskirts. There's Happy on Juvia. I probably would have gone to Outskirts to play the battle invite and fate to block Odo just to make Codokay pay a little bit for taking so long to get Sasuke out. Forced her to have a forbidden experiment and use it on the activate or do nothing. Gaara here is pretty great, though. Gaara here is pretty fantastic. You put him there, you put Sasuke at Odo, and then you probably move Kimi to Odo. You gotta move Kimi to Odo because it's the only place he doesn't get to immediately kill Gaara. Make Codokay. Codokay isn't going to be able to get Kimi to Gaara and get Sasuke back in position in the same play. Don't put him there. Don't put him... No, Doc! That's... Oh, you've seen me play Orochimaru enough. You should know that's a mistake. You never put Kimi into where he can just be moved into Gaara. Oh, Doc. Doc. In case you were curious, him, oh, he's playing Thunder Legion here, which is pretty good. That's gonna kill Juvia. It's gonna kill Juvia. Gonna kill Juvia. Doc definitely got some luck on that Croc game versus Lark. He's gonna pull Natsu here, which isn't too bad, and then unfortunately he's not getting any Soul Dolls, which is really hurting him right now. Discard another Dragon Force. Yeah, letting Kimi just move into Gaara and then activate Sasuke. So what could have been really annoying or costed Sakon and Ukon for Codokay to fix this issue, or at least have to like play a Forbidden Experiments. Instead, Codokay just gets to move Sasuke in and get a Curse Seal on him. That was a major misplay. I'm saying it because I love you, Doc. That was a major misplay. Just letting Kimi go straight into the Gaara kill. I gave Codokay so much more momentum than she should have had from that. What are we going to see here, Doc? Gajil's up at 5 now, which is a problem. He's going to need to hit Gajil with a -1 or get rid of Natsu. There's really no point to get rid of Natsu unless Codokay moves Natsu with We Are Fairy Tail. Wouldn't be too bad to go to Outskirts here and cover up Odo again. Cover up Odo and then maybe play something, even if it's just a Soul Doll. Honestly, using a Dragon Force to punch Lucy and Loki or Urza here would also not be too bad. He's going to get a Soul Doll out, which is nice. I'm curious if he'll use the Thunder Dragon or not at the end of the turn. Sarutobi to Odo here. I think Sarutobi to Odo here is definitely the play. Can't put him at the top fate because Kimi plus Tayuya will kill him. Codokay will give up Kimi in a heartbeat for that. Or give up Tayuya in a heartbeat for that. That's a good trade. Could put him at Konoha so that something has to happen to him before Sasuke loses strength, but with Sasuke having a Curse Seal, that's not going to be really worth it. It's not really going to be worth it. Covering Odo is going to be a much stronger play. Codokay is going to go over to Forest of Death, gain 1, and get a Curse Seal on Sarutobi. Wants to weaken him over time. Are we going to see a Forbidden Experiments to... Yep, that's going to trigger both of the Curse Seals. So yeah, putting Sarutobi at Konoha would have been pointless. Back-to-back Forbidden. Interesting. I would probably take the power here. Debating using 4 Violet on Sasuke, but I would probably take the power here. Figuring out how much power Codokay is supposed to be at after, like, Sealed Coffin shenanigans. Levy and Fairy Law. Dragon Force is in play, so probably not going to play Fairy Law. Probably just going to cover the top fate. Sarutobi can't die at Odo this turn. Codokay is probably going to take a really strong Tanzaku turn, but if I were Doc, I'd probably be looking at Cardia here. Lightning Dragon into Levy also isn't bad. And then take the Cardia turn next turn. That is going to trigger Subjutsu. Move Sarutobi off of Odo, maybe. Swap him with Sakon and Ukon. You don't really want to do that, though. It wouldn't be the worst ever to swap him into the top fate, except for the fact that you would then be at the bottom clash. I'm going to swap Tayuya and Jirobo and pull Sarutobi over. Interesting. Not a bad play. I'm not sure I agree with it. You can tell that Doc doesn't play a lot of locks. It's a lot of thought going into these turns. Jiraiya is a pretty good pull here. Put him at Odo. Force Codokay to pay the Tanzaku tax. Codokay with that sub was probably hoping to use 4 Violet to get the kill there, and that's going to be the end of Doc's turn, as we see. Was probably hoping to get the 4 Violet into Kimi kill on Sarutobi, which I can respect, but the odds of a hero were pretty... a hero or a Shuriken messing that up were pretty high. Codokay's has got enough power. Probably just going to play through Jiraiya here to set up Manda Jiraiya. I don't know if Manda's in the discard. I assume Codokay has Manda in hand. Gonna move Sakon and Ukon over. Must not have him. Must not have Manda. This is not too bad of a position for Doc, especially if he can keep the pressure up. He really needs to find the time to take his Cardia turn, though. He's got to go take a turn at Cardia Cathedral and, like, get this freed kill, play him back with Thought Projection, trigger, like, Stone Gaze, etc. He's got to get on that soon. Codokay's hand actually sucks and is having to discard a lot. Unlucky for Codokay. Is going to get to do the move on Jirobo to get Sarutobi out of there. Open backup Forest of Death with a lot of power to play at it, which is pretty nice. That might influence Doc to try and go take a quick Outskirts turn before Cardia. But he probably really wants to go to... Man, with this setup, though, getting a recovery or something would be great. I probably would go to Outskirts here, because you could really mess up Orochi's turn with Gaara, who I think is in the Fate deck. Or he might have been discarded, I don't remember. But a recovery, Gaara, there's a lot of stuff that could really mess with Kodo here. But also, at the same time, this is a very strong turn for Doc, especially if he remembers Soul Doll as a card. Doc, please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you to use the Soul Doll, get the extra power... And then I think he might have, actually. I don't think he was at that much power. I think he might have, and is just leaving the Soul Doll there because Bixlo is going to replay it. We're going to see another Stone Gaze thrown onto Gajeel here because Gajeel is really up there. Oh, is he realizing the Soul Doll now? You can take back your turn and do the Soul Doll. There you go. There he goes. Very important to get that extra power. And he should have one more power because he took up the Stone Gaze. Or no, is that what he's... Is 3 what he's... No, I think he should be at 4 right now. 3? 4? I'm not sure. I think he might... I think he's supposed to be at 1 more power, maybe. I'm not sure. Not positive. Oh, he put himself up 1, he realized. So, Freed, probably pull for Freed first, get Gray, that's fine. Already did a Vanquish this turn, so can't Vanquish with Freed again. You get to do the Evergreen Explosion, and then you played out the Soul Doll already, so you can get another one and draw, which will put him at a very nice amount of power. He's going to choose to kill Gajeel here, which I think is very fair, because Gajeel was getting buffed by Natsu, even though the Stone Gaze is out now, so he's not anymore. Trigger the Soul Doll, gain 1 draw. I don't know if he's supposed to have that. Yeah, he's not supposed to have that Soul Doll right now. He had already played that out. He got confused because he did Bixlo first. All right, and then what is this? 1, 2, 4? He's only got to play 1 more hero. We're going to see Codokay go over here and play through Jiraiya with this obscene amount of power. 4 on Kabuto to get rid of Jiraiya. Yeah, fair. And getting Manda there. Wow. Does trigger the -1 on Sarutobi and Sasuke, which gets 1 back. And then going to play Body Mods to really set up a strong turn. Really wants to find an opportunity to use Kimimaro to kill Sarutobi here, or anything. Kimimaro is doing really good at keeping the top Fate locked down for Codokay. The only thing that can really stop that right now is Lee or Gaara. Pulling a Lee or a Gaara... I think Gaara's in the discard. I can't remember. I wish I could check. Pulling a Lee and putting Lee at the at Odo could be really strong for Doc here. He's definitely going to be going to a Fate location. He has plenty of power. It's a question of if he gets to go to Guildhall or not. It depends on what Codokay pulls. I don't know what Fates are here. Yeah, missed again. So that's going to stop going to Guildhall, even if he has Lightning Dragon Roar. Probably looking like an Outskirts turn. Go to Outskirts, play whatever card he can that plays best for him. Gloating, Soul Doll, Battle Invite because he needs at least 1 more hero. Get a Fate at Outskirts. Maybe even clash Lucy and Loki, potentially. He's going to play Biding Time. That's a very good card to play. Pulling from his deck instead of his discard is interesting. I thought he would... Oh, he is going to take from his discard. Probably take a Lightning Dragon Roar here. He can't go to Guildhall and Lightning Dragon Roar, but that's fine. He can go to Cardia and really, really push the issue on progress by getting a freed kill and replaying Thought Projection, replaying him to Cardia. He's going to choose Thunder Legion. He probably wants to Thunder Legion freed into Mystigan. I could see that being the case. Kakashi's pretty good here. Honestly, I would probably put Kakashi at Odo and force Codokay to give up Kabuto and Manda. I don't think that would be a bad play, to be honest. But putting him at Tanzaku just so that he's there and he's annoying is also fine. That will be the end of Doc's turn. We will see Codokay use Manda to kill Jiraiya and gain 2. Probably just put a -1 on Sasuke for free using the... Could also swap Sakon and Ukon and Kimi to set up the Kakashi kill. Or could actually do the Kakashi kill this turn with Kimi and get a -1 onto Sasuke that way. Wouldn't be too bad. I think Kakashi at Odo probably would have been a bit of a stronger play. Counter Magic and We Are Fairy Tail. This is probably We Are Fairy Tail Natsu onto the top fate. Which if... or Natsu onto Cardia, also not bad. Very annoying for Doc. He can't get rid of that easily. He could still have a pretty good turn at Cardia regardless. I could see him going to Magnolia and gaining 3 and then like using Lightning Dragon and some Thunder Legion nonsense, maybe even some Stone Gaze to like clear up a lot of this. He is going to go to Magnolia. Codokay did not ended up just doing the -1 on Sasuke, didn't end up killing Kakashi or swapping around Kimi or anything. Gained the 2 after kill. Yeah, I probably would have done the Kimi swap right there. Get Kakashi out of there, then gain 2. Going to see a Lightning Dragon to get rid of Mystigan. And then, what is the other card play going to be? If he even has one. If he had a Dark Ecrature, he could have Dark Ecratured Mirror Jane. I know that Mirror Jane having Stone Gains means you don't really want to do that, but it wouldn't be the worst. A Battle Invite, okay. What on earth? I hear my sister's dog growling? Oh, it's my sister's dog and my dog? They want to throw hands? Stop it, you two. Stop making noise. My mic might actually pick you up. What just happened? Oh, Juvia was played. I was too busy making sure my dogs weren't trying to kill each other. So there's Juvia. Codokay is going to go into Fate because Codokay knows that Loxus can chunk this all down really fast, especially with Ecrature out. Doc is really hoping for a bit of a weak Fate here. Going to see another knife thrown out and then a Killing Intent with a Summon Rashomon, which will get an extra -1 on Sasuke. And those Curse Seals will proc. It'll get Kakashi a little bit lower. Strong position for Codokay here. Really depends on what this Fate she gets is. Mystigan and then Natsu. Just going to put Mystigan back at the top Fate. Probably going to see Doc go to Outskirts, play something, and go for a... What is he doing? Oh, he's playing Thunder Legion. Okay. Replay Bixlow. He wants to blow up Mirror Jane and then be able to use this Dark Ecrature. But he can't blow up Mirror Jane because he's going to blow up Juvia. Which is still fine. That'll bring that down by 1. What he really needs to do here is try to... I think he needs to clash Lucy and Loki and try and step getting to Showdown. Recovery mission Sasuke onto Odo is very good here. Incredibly good here. Sarutobi is at 1 strength. Whitesnake Sarutobi, you coward, you won't. Yeah, I would probably clash Lucy and Loki here. Then you can use the Dark Ecrature to blow up Mirror Jane next turn. That'll bring it down to 3. Codokay can... I should move down 1 more. Codokay can Fate, but Codokay doesn't want to Fate because this is an awful Fate. Was it at 3? I thought it should be at 2. Or no, I thought it should be at 4, I mean. No, because he played another one. He's at the right amount. So we're going to see an Activate with Sakon and Ukon to flip to Yuya and Jirobo here. Going to get the Sarutobi clash. Then going to play Forbidden Experiments to get Sasuke back into position. Very strong. And then also throw out a Shed Skin. And get a Forbidden. Very, very strong hand for Codokay. Quite unlucky for Doc that she happened to have the double Forbidden there. Gets to clash Sarutobi out. Put Sasuke back down to 3 strength. So what are we going to see from Doc here? Can he get into Showdown? I doubt it. He's not going to use his Dark Ecrature. What's the play here? Throwing down a Soul Doll. Words. He doesn't really need power right now. Unless he's about to play out Thunder Legion. Or Thunder, whatever it's called. Thunder Palace. Playing Freed back over to the far right to Natsu. Blowing up Mira Jane with the Stone Gaze. Getting the one in the draw from Soul Doll. This is going to be quite a close game. I think it's a little in Codokay's favor right now, unfortunately for Doc, because he still has to deal with Natsu and Mistigan. Mistigan is in a strong spot at that top fate, and Natsu is just annoying. He is going to choose to pull another hero. I think that was the right play. It's unfortunate he got Levy. I think that was the right play. It puts him one over the amount of heroes that he needs, but what's good about it is that it would have let him Dark Ecriture if it was anyone other than Levy. It's very unlucky for him that he pulled Levy there, so he can't Dark Ecriture. There's a chance that Codokay would have pulled it. Also, I think that Codokay can pull Happy right now, which would mean that he needs another hero anyway. Doing the Forbidden Experiment to activate swap to put Kimi there to get the Kakashi kill, throwing out Sword. Gonna play Whitesnake early. Throwing out Kitamaru. Make sure that Forest of Death is fully covered. There's Happy. Put Mistigan up to 5 to make sure that that's held down. If Doc has Lightning Body at Outskirts here would actually be incredibly strong. Punch one of these two. Gloating. Keep flipping, you'll get there. Shuriken doesn't matter on Kimamaru here. You probably just play Sakura. You probably just play her to Odo, actually. It's really weird, but you probably just play her to Odo to stop the activate in the game, too. There's nowhere really great for her to go right now. Anywhere other than Odo, she just gets ketoed. Yeah. There's not a great spot for her. That might not even be the most optimal play. It's just the only one I can think of right now. I think Doc might have had Lightning Dragon in his hand that turn, and I probably should have explained to him how Lightning Body, or not Lightning Dragon, Lightning Body lets you clash these two idiots. Doc, that's on me. I should have impressed upon you how important that is. So we're going to see the Tsuyu kill into Kabuto to choose and put Whitesnake in hand for sure. Just throwing down Urza at Magnolia to stop any extra plays. Doc is going to get to pick whatever card he wants here, which is pretty cool. I think he should draw 10 here. Like a lot. A lot. We're going to see Doc go through his hand. He's got to go fast here. He's only got 5 minutes left. He's going to do the trick I showed him. Take your hand out, turn it into a deck, and then pick the 4 cards you want. This is what I do when I get a gloating that's more than 4 cards. If you have 3 or more heroes in play, and so gloating makes you draw 6+ cards as Loxus, I just make a deck out of it, pick the 4 cards I want, and then throw everything else in the discard. You're running out of time, Doc. You gotta go quicker than this. I think, unfortunately, the position is shifted too hard. That late game pressure of moving Natsu into putting Mistigan at Guildhall and then getting Happy on him, unfortunately. Doc really, to be able to win this, Doc needed to clinch getting into Showdown when he only had, like, 3 heroes on board, and he was, like, 2 resolve away. But, unfortunately, he just wasn't able to get it fast enough. So he's going to set up the Stone Gaze on Natsu, which is very good on his part because he wants to be able to use these 2 idiots to kill Mistigan and then replay into a Natsu kill at Cardia. But I don't think it's going to matter because Codokay could very well win this turn. Well, no, Codokay, without Tsuyu, Codokay isn't going to be able to win this turn, I don't think. Codokay is going to be able to kill Sasuke with a clash, and then Kakashi is very set to die, everyone else is very set to die, and Codokay gets to keep Sword of Kusanagi. So Kakashi is dead to Sword, actually, on Kodokay's next turn, which means that, what are you doing? You have another card to play? Yeah, you just clashed Sasuke. So now, I don't think there's anything that Doc can do. I think it's game. It would be like Saratobi to Odo to buy another turn. That's going to do nothing. Doc, you did pretty well for Loxus. I'm sorry that our quick teaching session last night didn't net you a win. You got close, though. It may not look very close because he's not in Showdown, and this is like a bit of a weird setup, but he is a lot closer than he appears to be. Very easily in Showdown any turn now. If he had managed to get a good turn to hit into Showdown before the Natsu move into Mystigan happened, the Natsu move wasn't a problem. The Mystigan play into Happy After was a problem. If he had managed to sneak his way into it there, it would have been game. There's nowhere Kakashi can go here that he doesn't die, so it doesn't matter. There's 3 strength at every location. And that will be game. It's going to be a 2-0 for Codokay. Doc, you fought valiantly. Unfortunately, you couldn't get as lucky against Codokay as you did in that Lark game. Doc's my friend. He knows that Crocodile game especially was a huge amount of luck. He did really well in that Diaboromon game. He beat Lark in, but that's a Crocodile game you won was insane. But yeah, still, good games from both players. Well done, Doc. I respect bringing out the Loxus. And you did pretty good as him. I hope that you keep with him and learn him better and all. I'm immediately going to go into call with Doc after this and tell him about Lightning Body because I don't think he realizes he can use Lightning Body to clash the 2 Strengthers. But yeah, great stuff for both players. Well done, Codokay. Congrats on moving on to the semifinals. Let's go take a look at the bracket and see how that lines up. And so with that 2-0 victory, we will see Codokay moving on into the semifinals, waiting to see who her opponent will be between Wako and D. Gessner. Good start to round 2 of the tournament. We are getting very close to the end. We're over the halfway point now. There are 16 matches in Tournament Arc, and that was the 9th one. So we are over the halfway point now. We have 3 more round 2 games to go. They all promise to be quite exciting. I'm looking forward to going through them all. Congrats to Codokay for moving on. Doc, you tried, buddy. You tried. Doc is a good friend of mine. But yeah, that'll be it for today's Tournament Arc vid. We'll be back soon with more. Hope you're all excited for it. Until then, farewell.